it up. Jim. Check 52. Switch.
A first carry now for Nick Chubb. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Check 59. Yeah. Mike 5'9".
Here we go on 2nd and 12.
Here we go.
And this is incomplete. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12.
59's Mike. Check.
He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Ready? 58, Mike.
Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Come on, baby. Let's go!
Adrian Phillips on the stop. A gain of 13 yards. And a Packer first down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
58, right over there.
Shotgun snap for Rudolph. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Let's go.
Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
First down, Packers.
Ready? 90, Wolf. Hey, Foxtrot.
91 is the Mike. Mike 91. Here we go. 91 is the Mike.
Go. Ready?
Out of the gun, Rudolph. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down.
First down, Green Bay.
Here we go. Set. 60 outlaw.
Tight right. We got four.
Recon, 132 fighter.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
15.
Play action. It's Rudolph. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field, and really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard, 36 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. 2nd and 13. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against the zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
He got 29 yards that time. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. From the gun, here's Rudolph. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? The end result, 21 yards.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Tony Pollard with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Elliott good with a PAT. And it's now 14-0.
Vikings nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go one more. 2-6. 59. Grab. 59. So we got man. He's checking.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. The loss of 3 on that first down pass play. Now 2nd and 13.
You ain't doing it. Watch out. Zoom.
He'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Let's put that team on the box.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Man open, it's Moss, complete. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
A gain of 13 on the play. It's 4th down.
Too long for a field goal, too short to punt. That in-between range, and they'll go for it on 4th down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. Back to throw again. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. They were looking for Johnson that time.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Let's go. 30 base.
What's tight? Tight ends right. What's tight? Tight ends.
After the interception, here's Rudolph. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Rudolph. It's complete to Hopkins. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. Here comes a 1st down throw from Rudolph. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Yo. Check 99. Check 99.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike the 59.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let him breathe.
Now Chubb running right. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8.
They can't hang with us. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. They're not ready.
They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here that could really put them in command before intermission. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack.
On the ready.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now it's Rudolph. Flushed out right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick six. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with the ampersand? I like it.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be taken about the 12. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Throwing on third down, here's Rudolph. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And that'll kick and go out of bounds just outside the 15 at the 16-yard line.
Their own 16-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 8. They set up the screen to Chubb. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Give them 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a third down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
59, Mike. 59, Mike. Check. 59. 65. 65.
They'll drop the throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59.
They'll look to throw now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. That's going to go as a loss of 7, and it'll set him back for second down. They'll set up a throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Watch the safety creep.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to go down again. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. The Vikings send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Returnable here from the 38. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Ricky. Fire.
On 1st and 10, Rudolph. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Packers. Tony Pollard as the first half is winding down. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here in the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, we'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Rudolph looking to throw it. He gets this one to Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Protein spill.
On first down, it's Rudolph. He finds Hopkins complete. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first? Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. On second down, it's Pollard. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Escaping the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Lorenzo Carter able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Second and 14. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chris Jones bringing the pressure yet again. That's his third sack here tonight. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Check three. Check three. Check three. Watch out. Check the backer. Check the backer.
They'll look to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines.
The Packers take over first and 10 at the Vikings' 49-yard line.
Ready, break.
58 to Mike. I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Ready.
Now Rudolph on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run the go.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. An 11-yard touchdown. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
2nd and 9 now. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Rip right.
They'll look to throw here. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Check 59, Mike.
Now back to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And now off to the races down the right side. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It all comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out at me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? On first down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll set up to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's third down. The Vikings on third down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be third and forever.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike. Here we go, Dion.
Mike 51. Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
He'll look to throw. He's got Evans. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 24 yards. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
Brings up second and 9 at the 47-yard line.
Check hot route. Hot.
Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Moss. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up third and 1.
51, Mike 51.
Back to throw here. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. picked off by the linebacker, Jarrett Davis. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Johnson, the intended target.
At their own 38-yard line.
Come on,
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
From the gun on third down, it's Rudolph. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a first. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now this throw caught left side. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Time to go, night. Recon, 132 fighter.
On first down, Pollard. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it will bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
You better be ready. Don't be scared. Deep grip.
On 2nd and 9, Rudolph nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready? General West.
Hey, watch it.
Check, go. Shoot.
Now this may be a free play for Rudolph. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on 3rd down for this offense.
Ready?
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Now Jake Elliott, goal try. This a 43-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That's fielded in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. Now they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Undercoach. Watch twist. Watch twist.
Shift. Watch the shift.
That's it. Bring it.
He'll look to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off near his own 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week.
Not pre